Hello, everyone. Thanks so much for joining me here today as we get to talk about one of my favorite subjects, comic books. My name is Jose. I love comic books. I love talking about them. I love sharing them with you. Feel free to follow me on social media if you would like. Links are in the description below. I've also posted a link to the Marvel Fansat that uh, have plot synopsis and character bios for the issues we're about to look at today. So we're going to look at four. We're going to look at this entire limited series from 1983, Storm and Ileana Magik. Now, I'm not going to go through it the way I detail on with the X-Men and the New Mutants because it would take me forever. This is written by Chris Claremont, and Chris Claremont is quite the verbose writer. It would take me forever. The really neat thing, and the one thing I want to highlight the most, is John Buscema and Tom Palmer, rest in peace, both of them, are the art team. And they are also the art team that will go into the Avengers run during this time with writer Roger Stern. So they're part of Roger Stern. So they're the art team, which I think is worth showing. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna go right into it, and I'm just gonna kind of narrate what's happening. I'm not really gonna read, as I mentioned before. So I'm hoping to get all four issues within about 30 to 40 minutes. So here we go. So Ileana is going to be, it's her birthday, and she's going to remember the time that she spent in limbo here. So right now she's celebrating her 14th birthday, but it would have been her 8th birthday. So she spent some time, she was kidnapped. So I have covered on Kenny X-Men 160 already. I do have a playlist. I have a New Mutants playlist. I have an X-Men Universe playlist, and I just have an X-Men playlist. So feel free to check it out. Love the screen tones here. Tom Palmer is a hell of an inker. He's got such a unique style here. So here we go. So we get her introduction. It's Ileana, Colossus' sister, and she thinks you're humanity's savior or its means of eternal damnation here. So, all right. So Belasco pulled her when she was 6 years old. The X-Men had gone to rescue her, and of course, you see two storms. Check out that story, if you because again, I'm just moving through here. So the X-Men are there to rescue her. Here are our credits: Chris Claremont, John Buscema, and Tom Palmer. So it's beautifully drawn. This thing is beautifully drawn here. So you see, this is the storm from an I guess you could say an alternate. Again, just read that issue. So here the X-Men grabbed her, but Belasco pulled her, and Kitty lost grip, and he was able to pull her. So now the alternate storm has her. So keep in mind, everything that happens in this miniseries happened around 30 seconds of the hero's real time. So when Kitty lost her, she got her back in 30 seconds, but in 30 seconds all that time had passed. So now this storm is going to try and rescue Ileana here. So Storm says if he lets her go, that she's yours, that she will be his. And Belasco says it doesn't matter because soon he'll have both of them here. So you see Belasco saying here, she is delightfully pure and unspoiled. Even Kitty Pryde wasn't this innocent when he finally claimed her. So that's what he wants. Now, if you'll also notice, this is an older Storm here. So, and Belasco basically says, you're much older, you're no match for me. Even if you were younger, I could still beat you. And see, you can see him kind of pulling her soul out of her body here. And so you can see Ileana as she narrates here. He won't do anything bad to me. He loves me. He said so. Yeah, well, we don't have those kind of stories here. So, and see here, you can see her getting older. So she is aging him. So, And what Belasco is doing is he is corrupting a piece of her soul. You can see it here as she's kind of turning into this basically an image, and he is creating these things called blood gems, and this is the first. He's actually going to end up trying to get 5 of these blood gems here. So with that corruption, and so you can see he grabs it here, puts it in, and then there's the gem, kind of like the Infinity Stones in a way here. But so they're called bloodstones here. So there he is putting in it. If you remember that thing that she had right at the beginning. And so he says here, when the last circle is complete, the dimension walls will burst and the elder gods will come forth. So that's what he is trying to do here. So he shoots an energy thing at Storm. Storm goes, he's too powerful. I'm too old. Belasco's going to win here. But we have here from behind him, Kitty Pryde. So she goes by Cat here, and she's like a ninja warrior kind of thing. So you can see her throwing that like that ninja star that they call it. I know that's not the official name here, and she's got a sword here. So you can see Kitty is going after Belasco here, but he disappears here. And now Storm is going to try to break Belasco's hold on Lyanna. But as I mentioned before, she just feels very weak here. So this is kind of where Storm's trying to keep a sense of the way that she was, trying to keep green, trying to keep peace, inner peace, and all that kind of stuff here. So here's what happens. She's still a child, but that her soul is aged here. So that's what you saw there, that it's her soul. So, and here is where Storm she's just weakened here. So now Kitty's gonna try to help Storm, so Storm can help Lyanna here. So Kitty, of course, says, "Hey, if this kid is so dangerous, there's always an alternative." So, and Lyanna's like, "Oh my God, they're gonna kill me." So, but that's not what Storm wants to do here. You can see Lyanna asking for Colossus, and Storm says, "Soon, hopefully, they'll be able to get you at his side here." She says once she's able to free her soul, she'll send her back with the X-Men. And Lyanna's very happy about it. She asks Kitty if she's going to go, and you can see a big no here. And she says, "I'm sorry, Kitty. I didn't mean to make you angry." And she says, "Kitty's dead. Lyanna, forget her." So, and Storm says this is where we belong, and she's going to start her spell. And so here we go here as Storm's going to try and free her. So here, think of Storm kind of like Doctor Strange here. So she's able to do all that stuff here. So here she comes, and here is Lyanna's soul here. So you can see Lyanna is, evil here. And so Storm is going to fight Lyanna's, in the realm that she is, and you can see here that she's just not able to defeat her here. And Lyanna is not just young, but she's strong and powerful here. I love this image here. And look, Lyanna summons some demons here. Lyanna says she could kill her, but she won't. That Storm should give in. That it's beautiful. You can see Storm had also been, here it says, touched by Belasco's Darkling here. But of course, Storm doesn't want to. Storm, of course, uses her wind power and manages to get away here. So she wakes up, she feels unclean, and goes to shower it off here. So Kitty, of course, wants Ileana to be killed to spare her um, all that damage, but Storm again doesn't want to here. So Storm instead is gonna teach Ileana the mystic arts and hopefully protect her and eventually defeat Belasco here. But here again, Kitty's not human anymore. She is, she's been also corrupted in this, and you can see Storm just feeling bad. So as I mentioned before, now it's just Storm and Ileana, and she's gonna get trained here. Hopefully, be able to defend herself here. You can again look at the oh my goodness gracious, the screen tones here. They're awesome here. John Buscema and Tom Palmer are absolutely amazing here. And so again, she is teaching her here. Look at that. Just John Buscema. Just look, the art is absolutely beautiful here. So Kitty. Ileana still says, Belasco never hurt me. He gave me a present. He said he loved me. So, of course, he's lying here. So, basically, what Storm was doing here is as training Ileana, she was showing her how to create spells to create the plant life of the garden and try to heal Limbo's corruption. And she warns her, to never use magic to make changes recklessly, unless she gives power to her other dark half here. So Ileana notices this is the astral, that the crystal surrounding their bodies, which represents their enchantment and potential tie to Belasco, and that Storm's crystal is already much larger here. Um, so when they return, she notices she's a little bit bigger, and a year has already passed. So we get a lot of Chris Claremontisms, but essentially, eventually, here we go. Ileana goes to sleep, and here comes Kat, and she is going to incapacitate here with Storm, and she basically goes in there and wakes Ileana up and tells her that she will get her home, that she will protect her. Meanwhile, Belasco is watching this, um, and he is pleased. He says here, your success will be my victory, and my victory will mean the destruction and damnation of the human race. So here we go with issue number 1. Here we go now to issue number 2 here. And Ileana against the evil Nightcrawler. Here, this cover is penciled by Ron Frenz, but still inked by John Buscema here. Ron Frenz, I believe during this time, he was doing Amazing Spider-Man. And so Kat is escorting Ileana through the demon-infested catacombs of Limbo, but running across these types of creatures here. So again, we got our credits here. It's everybody. Tom Orzechowski and Glynis Wein deserve accolades. Tom Orzechowski is lettering the hell out of everything. Goodness gracious, what a dude. So you can see here, this guy hits Kat, kind of knocks her down a little bit. He's heading toward Ileana. Kat says to Ileana to stop, not to move, and you can see he throws the ninja stars at this demon. And now he rushes at Ileana, at Kitty, and you can see her stabbing him. But here comes another one trying to get her. So, and as she falls, she kind of goes through this portal, and now she goes from light, and she's alone here in the dark here. So she can't see anything, so she starts to feel around and sees the body of Colossus. And then here is Sim. So Sim will play a big part when Louise Simonson takes over New Mutants after Chris Claremont leaves. Um, she plays around with this Dark Child era of um, Ileana. Sim basically introduces himself to her and says he's the one that had to kill Colossus. Teach him a lesson. He goes, "Looks cute, huh?" So of course she tries to run, but Sim grabs her here. He says to her to be quiet and that Belasco needs her alive, not in one piece, so he can deliver her one piece at a time here. Suddenly he is hit from behind, and it was Cat here who uh, grabbed him by the tail. Of course, she still has her phasing power, so it didn't work here, and she is going to rescue Ileana here. So off they go here through this weird looking hellish realm here. So these are called the Wastelands and sort of patterned after the Savage Land here. So Cat drops her and says, "I'm gonna go get dinner." So um who eats these cats? Oh my goodness gracious. So all right, so here comes Cat, who is definitely much more um evil per se, or just like this. So and she says, "You're shocked. You better get used to it. It is what it is." So here we go. They're cooking dinner. So basically her face is she's also been corrupted by Belasco here, and she's also gonna go ahead and start training Ileana so that they can make their way up. And when she wakes up here, um, she says to change, so she made some clothes from the that tiger thing that she killed. So here we go. They're gonna head over to those mountains here, which apparently are a long way, but they're drawn like right there. Man, Tom Palmer is so good. Rest in peace, man. He was quite. And you can see Ileana's just not used to such physicality, but um, Kitty doesn't seem to be, as you can see her, kind of just like whatever. And so makes you wonder why they're such good besties after all this here. So she asks for help, and so she gives her the sword. Basically, you have to learn how to save yourself. So, um, defend yourself or die. So this training is gonna last about another 2 years as Kitty tries to toughen up here, and Storm appears. She says, "Return to my sanctum, I beg you. Ileana's only hope of freeing herself from Belasco's influence is to master the arts arcane as my apprentice." And Cat says no. And Storm says, "Steel is no proof against his power, Cat. Only knowledge." And so she says, "He lives when he's cut, he bleeds. Cut deeply enough, he dies. As do you." So Storm basically says she could kill her and have her, get her way, but she doesn't want to do that. It would make her just as bad as Belasco. So it's going to leave them to their wits. And so again, they continue until finally she draws blood. So Cat says, "Very good. No one's ever done it before here." And Ileana asks how much time has passed on Earth, and Kitty basically says probably none. So Kitty knows how much time passes. So now Ileana is stronger, and um, much less naive than when they first started, and so they're gonna go to Belasco's Citadel here. So very nice here. God, these guys are such good artists here. And so here we have Demon Nightcrawler. And so he's basically going to now fight the demonic Nightcrawler here. And you can see he is this is the same Nightcrawler. He just was corrupted. So um and as I mentioned before, issue 160 of the X-Men here. And so as he dispatches both of them, Kitty kind of wakes up, and you can see now she faces his leg through the so he can't move basically through the floor, and then she comes from behind and just stabs him in the heart, killing him. So look at that. Stop gawking. Come on. So what Kat's gonna do is she's gonna take Ileana to a spot in the Citadel where the dimensional barriers are thinnest, and use an advanced form of phasing power to pull her Ileana to her home back from reality. So here she goes, and the X-Men are waiting, and this is again, oh, I almost have her. There she is. And so Ileana's like, oh, Kitty, really, really. But Belasco placed his hand, and it did not work, and instead he pulls her to him here. So, and look at Belasco. Do you honestly believe I'd let you go so easily? So Kat is gonna make one last attempt to assassinate Belasco here. You can see Sims back here. So, but Belasco does stop her, and he is gonna complete her transformation. You can see that she has been, oh, kind of hypnotized, and finishes her off, turning her into this cat here. So look at this, even purse here. Elena watches horrified, but she's also intrigued about the dark side of her personality that's coming to the surface. And so Belasco is going to hand her a dagger, and she makes a semi-conscious choice to cut her wrist in sacrifice to create a second bloodstone that's going to go here into the medallion. And so from afar, though, Storm watches what happened with anguish and accepts that to save the world, she may have to destroy the corrupt Kat and Ileana here. So look at this. Look at Ileana. So this ends issue number 2. So even narrating, Chris Claremont just puts so much stuff in here. I'm going to have to break this down into to a second part here. So we're going to go ahead and call it a wrap. So Magik 1 through 2, Chris Claremont, John Buscema, and Tom Palmer. And then we will do 3 and 4 next time. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you at least enjoyed this beautiful art. So like and subscribe. I do thank you for listening. Goodbye.